The good questions are those that make us stop a little bit and think. They are often unsettling since they demand that we switch off the automatic pilot and reflect. I am Seiiti Arata from Arata Academy, and today I want to help you with one of those uncomfortable questions. What is really important to you? What is important to your life? I understand that this question causes discomfort because of two reasons. First, we tend to live in a big hurry, and when we face a question like this, it is normal to feel some resistance. The question demands that we stop and think. And the second reason is that deep down, very few people really know what is important to them. They can only mumble something very confusing and abstract, such as, I want to be happy, I want to make a difference, I want more freedom, I want to be rich, I want to be healthy, I want to find love. All this is very generic. These abstract ideas may not be useful at the critical moments in our lives. There will be times when we need to know the priority level for each of our commitments. Whenever we decide anything, there is a split, a rupture with other possibilities. He who cannot decide is trying to bite off more than he can chew. Is having a life without focus. Is trying to do everything at once. And the result is poor results, anxiety, and frustration. Do you know anybody who behaves like that? The person who cannot decide will end up following a path that was determined by others rather than creating his or her own future. Do you know why people shy away when we ask what is really important to them? Because they are living comfortably without having this type of clarity. And how is that possible? They are just being reactive. When I am reactive, I am not responsible for my results because there are other people telling me what to do. I'm just following the agenda given to me by other people. They are setting my priorities, you see. If I don't know what is really important to me, no problem. There will always be other people telling me what is important. They will decide for me. Okay, but so what? What is the problem about being reactive? At first, it seems quite harmless, but over time we may accumulate a certain frustration that we are not living a full life according to our own standards, our own criteria, our own choices. And this is a life of always trying to please other people, of being afraid of displeasing others. That's the tip that I want to share with you in this video. If over the years you feel a building frustration that you're not living life in accordance with your own terms, you may need to stop and analyze what is really important to you. It is time to prioritize. And here, I need to tell you something that probably you heard before, but it is so important that it bears repeating. There is a story which goes like this. A teacher came into the classroom with an empty bucket. And then he began to put big stones into the bucket until they reached the rim. And then he asked the students if the bucket was full. And the class said, yes. The professor then took a bag with pebbles and then put them into the bucket, and he was shaking it so these smaller stones would start to fit in the middle of these spaces between the bigger rocks. And once again, the student said, okay, now the bucket is full. And you know where this is going, right? Okay, the next thing that the teacher did, he got very, very fine sand and started to pour it into the bucket. The teacher then addressed his class and said, class, this bucket symbolizes your life. Large stones, the rocks, they symbolize the most important things in your life. The pebbles symbolize valuable things, but they only come after what is really, really important. And the sand, well, the sand is everything else. The sand symbolizes the things that are not important. And the secret is this: he who puts the sand in the bucket first will later not be able to put the large stones, because there will be not enough space, and these, unfortunately, are the really important things. We will not have time, courage, patience for those important things. Whomever gives priority to what is unimportant will not be able to accomplish what really matters. First, take care of what is truly important, the rocks, and then dedicate some time to the pebbles, which are valuable, but they come second. And all the rest is sand. That comes last. If it fits, great, but if it doesn't, not a big problem. And please note, I'm not here telling you what is really important. There are different versions of this story, you may find it, and people try to push ideas, preconceived notions of what is really important and what is secondary importance and what is unimportant. The way I like to tell this story is to give you the opportunity to think by yourself, so you can tell what is represented by the stones, by the pebbles, by the sand. And by the way, you can feel free to use the comments below and let us know, what are your rocks? What are the most important things to you that you will give your highest priority? What are your pebbles? And what are the things that are not important and you will devote less of your attention? This division of rocks, pebbles and sand is quite interesting because it is a very visual way of understanding the importance of hierarchies. We're going to use this to set our priorities. If you want to go further and understand how we can use the system to increase your focus, you can take our full course by going to arata.se/focus course.